Alrighty, hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about just some basic parts of the bike safety, as far as making sure the bike's okay, quick safety checks on the bike, and what you should do as an individual before biking. So first thing, before any biking, you should always acquire a helmet. You're going to want a good helmet. Make sure it fits your head tight. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't need to go and buy a ski helmet or anything like that for $500, but just anything that sits on top of your head nice. I've got a helmet here with some adjustable straps on the back, so this can fit many head shapes and sizes. I got a pretty big melon, so I kind of max it out when I stretch it out. But put it on. You want to make sure the chin strap buckle is tight enough where it's going to be secure on your chin. If you shake your head, it shouldn't fall off one way or the other, but you don't want it so tight that it's choking you on your chin while you're wearing that. I adjusted the strap so that my ears are pretty comfortable. I can see this is going to protect you if you take any falls. Head injuries are no joke, so you always want to take care of your melon. Now the bike, this is our here's a bike. I just got a pretty normal mountain bike here, typical 2 wheels, handles, seat. Some safety checks when you're riding a bike. Some of the first safety checks I always do, you want to check your tires and the air. You want to make sure that there's good air pressure in the tires. If your tires are flat, it's going to cost you a lot more energy to be biking, and it's going to be a lot harder. And if your tires are too pumped up, you run the risk of popping a tire, and trying to bike without a tire on there is going to be just a world of pain. When filling up your bike, if you come look over here, usually along the inside of the tires somewhere, there should be writing or marking somewhere that identifies where the what the air pressure is on here. So a lot of them are just in kind of random spots around the side. I know mine are set to be between 35 and 45 psi on the air thing. So I filled it up about a week ago. Every couple weeks or so, you just want to check, make sure your air pressure is good. Brakes. I always check your brakes up here. This is not much like a kid's bike where you can pedal backwards and it's going to brake. We actually have the hand brakes here. So one way I test out the braking is flip the kickstand up, and I'm going to roll the bike forward, and then I'm just going to test the brakes. So with the right hand, when I roll, it stops, slows down. As you can see, that back tire is not rolling at all when I go. Then I do this one, check the front tire, same thing. When I front, it works like that. The right one feels a little loose, so that's something that I might have to repair later and tighten up a bit. But for right now, they both work pretty well. Both tires are filled up with air. My handles and my brakes work. Next thing I just want to always double check is the chain on the bike. You want to make sure the chain on the bike is always connected and running well, so that obviously you can bike forward. Now personally, I don't know a whole lot about bikes, so if the chain were to pop off, I would probably have to find a YouTube video or something on how to repair the chain, but those are super easy to repair. Lots of people can know how to repair the chains too. People in like outdoor adventure centers, things like that. Next, you move to the bike seat. The bike seat is really important because when you're biking, you want to have it at a comfortable height. If it's too low, you're going to be hitting yourself in the arms with the knees or hitting the handles on the knees. And if it's too high, you're going to have a really hard time getting on, mounting your bike. And then also, if you start to fall over on your bike, you're going to be too high up and at a bad angle to catch yourself. So what I was taught was, rule of thumb, when you get on the bike seat, you should be on your tippy toes when you're getting on the bike seat. That way you're at a comfortable height. I always say if you can straighten out and lock your leg on the lowest pedal, you're usually doing pretty good. When biking, I always say wear appropriate attire. You don't want to go biking out in like a suit or anything like that. You're going to limit your movement a lot. As you see, I'm wearing a pretty free-flowing sweatshirt, shorts, got a lot of movement. Shoes, I don't recommend biking in sandals or anything that could slip off really easily. You run the risk of getting that caught up in your bike or tripping over it and losing it. And scraping your bare feet on the ground is not fun at all. When I wear shoes that tie with shoelaces. And one really important thing, make sure your shoelaces aren't super long or dangly. And a long time ago, I was biking with shoes on, and the shoelace got caught up in the gear and made me fall over and crash. So since then, I've always made sure that my shoelaces were an appropriate length, tied tight. Make sure your gear's all on tight, and always make sure to do your safety checks before riding on a bike.